Well, howdy, all collector car fans out there. This is Jason, the owner and founder of Southern Bush Motorsports. Got a bit of a treat for you again here today. This was actually a guy that called me from a friend and said he had a bunch of cars lying around. Kind of a weird place because certainly could not see this place on the road. And I know that a lot of these pictures are going to be random, but there was quite a few cars out there. Nothing super rare, but you know, collectors are collecting is collecting. I really love that one right there, that Citroen yellow car. I tried to get that one, but I already had a car on my trailer, and I literally just didn't have the room for it. But I would have taken it. That was a complete car. There wasn't nothing missing off that demon. Engine was there, interior was there. Car was a little rough, but as you can see, it was pretty darn solid, and everything was definitely there. There's probably 40 cars out there. You know, there wasn't anything super rare, but um, they were all pretty much complete. There wasn't anything I could say about that. There was definitely a lot of complete cars out there. It was pretty fun. I mean, look at how solid those quarters are on that car right there. If I remember right, I was in Virginia. And I'm pretty sure I was in Virginia. There's a nice 69 Charger RT. That was a complete car right there. Everything was there. And it was a pretty solid car. It had a lot of dents in it and stuff, but the fender tag was still in place, and I believe it was originally a B5 blue car, if I remember right. But the thing that really surprised me about this place is how solid these cars were. I mean, look at the original trunk on that. That's savable. No question, that's savable right there. Showed that line of rot. But even the floor pans on it, I was really surprised on the floor pans were still savable. Yeah, it was a pretty straight car. I think I stuck the air cleaner on. I think that was the same motor on that car right there, that 69 Charger RT. But the guy had a lot of stuff in his yard. And that was one thing about it had power windows. You don't see that too often, that's for sure. I can tell you that right now. You don't really see those power windows at all. Oh, that's let me see. I don't. Yeah, I can't read that number right there, but I think you see. I mean, the car needed lower quarters and stuff like that, but it was a pretty darn complete car. Definitely say that about it. And she was just in a wide open area, but it was the weirdest place that I'd ever been to because you couldn't see any of it from the road. He had about 40 good cars out there, but he had total probably about 100 cars out there altogether, if I remember right. Dart swinger, little 340 car. That was pretty sweet. Super solid car too. And look at the quarters on that thing. Absolutely stunning quarters. I mean, when you don't have to do as much rust repair, that's what makes a big difference. That's where it saves you a lot of money. The quarters on that thing were good. Both sides the quarters were good on it. That saves you a lot of money right there and a lot of time. Big time, a lot of time. I can't remember what that one was. Oh, look at that firewall was cut. Why in the hell would they cut a firewall like that? Never did understand why people do some of the things that they did. There's a nice 68 Charger. I don't think that was an RT. But I mean, just look at how solid that car is. Yeah, it's got that surface rust, but that's the heat surface rust. But this was his driveway. Just cars piled all over the place. It's crazy how these guys just collect these cars and pile them. And if you're ever looking at some of my videos and you see guys got really cool Mopars and other stuff, and then they got like these four-door junk cars, you got to remember that when they built these cars, a lot of the stuff was used on other cars. So there's a thing called if you're ever building a car, the best thing you could ever get for yourself is a parts interchange manual. So, let me give you an example. One of the hardest convertible tops to get for a car, or was, I don't know about now, but the 70 Barracuda and Cuda convertible, it was almost impossible to replace that top. Well, when you look at the parts interchange manual, 1986 LeBaron convertible turbo, same top. And what a parts interchange manual tells you, like say you got this 68 Charger right here and you need a wiring harness and you look at a parts interchange manual, you might even find this in a four-door Dart, you know, where you can pick that car up for next to nothing and strip it for parts. So that's why whenever you see some of my videos, you'll see these guys have these crazy cool Mopars, but they got four doors lying around. They're doing that for parts, like stuff like door handles, windshield wipers, chrome. Although the chrome front back was, you know, interchangeable. So my suggestion to anybody that is restoring a car, if you're a new restorer, parts interchange manual, they're usually online. You can download them, cost you $5-10, but it's worth it. It's like those old Chilton manuals, but it's, you know, you look at the book, 69 Charger, wiper motor, and it could be coming out of a four-door Cadillac, but it's the same motor. This was a pretty cool car. This was a 69 440, 383 or 440 air grabber Roadrunner, and everything was there. There wasn't a thing missing off that car. You know, also with that car being so complete, you can see the fender tag on there, look close enough, but, you know, the car hadn't been taken apart. She was a little rough, but it was solid, but the greatest part about this car is it hadn't been taken apart. And I was really tempted to take the car that was on my trailer off and pick this car up, because it was pretty solid. It needed lower quarters, but as you can see, the thing's pretty damn straight all the way around. Now, that one right there was pretty solid. I think, if I remember right, it had a bit of rust underneath the car, but the floorboards weren't too bad. It had this little red express truck sitting out there. See all the cars sitting around, right? So these are just random pictures of the stuff that was out there. He had a really nice restored, this one here, 69 Roadrunner. You know, just sitting there, but that one was really nicely restored. It was quite a beautiful car, actually. If I remember right, this was also an air grabber car. He definitely chose his cars for what he wanted. But, you know, he took the time. It was kind of like he was picking the cars that he wanted and sticking them in the field and restoring one at a time. It wasn't a big setup at all. But he was old school. He did all the work himself. There's a nice Dart sitting out there. God, look at how solid that car was. That's the thing that was most impressive about most of the cars that were out there, is the amount of money you would save having all these solid cars. There's a grocery getter Duster right there, also solid. And I think there's another Duster beside it, also solid. That's what you try to find. I think, yeah, I bought that 70 Charger right there. I ended up running back to my warehouse and dropped the car off and came pick that one up. I wasn't going to leave that one there. I'll do another video of that one, but there's that other Dart again. I mean, just see how solid these cars are. And there's a 340 Dart Swinger sitting out there. I really wanted that car because I love my 340 Dart Swingers. But as you can see, even the quarters on that car is solid. There's our Charger out there. He really picked his cars well. That was solid, that car. It looks like it needs some quarters on it, but, you know, pretty complete car. Even the driver's quarter looks good on that car. Pretty complete. Looks like somebody might have started some sort of restoration on it at one point, but, you know, where can you go? There's that little red express truck. I like those trucks. They're kind of weird looking, but they definitely, especially when they got the two stacks in the back, the exhaust stacks, those are pretty cool. You can see all the cars. This was kind of like, I didn't include all the pictures, but it's like I took a shot here, turned, took a shot there, turned, took a shot there. There's another 340 Dart Swinger. That's not the same one as the other one. The other one had black snorkels on it. This is another one. The little quarters are a little bit rough. Suspension's tore up on it. There's that grocery getter Duster. Looks like a Duster to me. But believe it or not, some of these cars actually ran and drove. Yeah, that little car right there. And that's a 4-speed car too. You don't see that too often. Well, it could be 3-speed manual on the floor. Not really sure. I don't remember. There you go. There's that back car. Actually, I think those cables were out because he was showing me that it would start up. He had quite a few of these cars like that. 69 air grab Roadrunner ran and drove. All the Chargers ran and drove. You know, parts and cars in behind there. It's just crazy. Super solid car right there. That Dart, man, that's a solid car. There's another 69 340 Dart Swinger. I don't know. That really is, out of all the cars, that's one of my favorite cars. I like those because they're fast little cars. You know, you wouldn't think it would have a little 340 engine, but those little 340s are high RPM engines, and they get up and go pretty quick. They definitely do. That's the other side of that. Before we get towards the end of the video, don't forget to like and subscribe. And also, when you're looking at the description, you'll see a little, beside the share button, there's a super thanks. It'd be great if people could support me so I can keep going. Well, come back again and check out another Tales from the Bush.